Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Hey, you can't find nothing on the radio. Yo, turn to that station.
Radio you can touch.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
We'll talk a lot today as soon as Jeff is capable.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Jeff Lutz.
You're not making any sense.
Oh, that's true.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz, here to co-host. Max Power, producing and engineering the show. 869-1240. That is the IHOP hotline. So we got an hour to go. We'll do a Bob and Jeff draft. We also have tickets to give away to the NBC World Series. So take advantage of that. All you have to do is text STRIKE to 20357 to become eligible to win tickets to the NBC World Series, which begins later in the month, as does the TBT. So we're on the cusp of some big things.
A lot of big stuff going on.
Not there yet.
Not quite.
What'd you come up with a category?
We're going to go with dog names. You wanted to do names, we're going to go dog names.
Dog names, huh?
Yeah.
Why is that less weird than girl or boy names?
I think for obvious reasons.
What's weird about it?
It's just weird. It's just weird.
Everybody who has a kid names a kid.
Yeah, but we're going to go best names for
best
people?
names.
Okay, well, we're doing dog names. It's a nice little compromise for everybody.
Cody would be one of my names.
Well, you'd lose.
Not
Why? Where do you come up with?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't
I like
think
the
that's
name
weird?
Cody.
You don't think that's weird? Just say, hey, it's random. I like the name Cody.
I don't know. Cody doesn't seem to get the respect it once did.
I don't know many Codys.
Cody Rhodes, Cody.
Is that why you like the name Cody? Because of Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes is a great name. Cody Rhodes, sounds good.
What about Cody Runnels, which is his actual name?
Not as good. But Cody Rhodes,
Yeah, it's good.
all day long. Alliteration's a key to a name. Bob Lutz, not there for me.
Why didn't you give me some alliteration?
What would Louis Lutz?
Lucas or something?
Lucas Lutz? Oh, that sounds just awful.
Why?
Lionel Lutz.
That's awful.
Larry Lutz. Lawrence Lutz.
Latavius.
There's nothing to do with Lutz. You can't pretty it up. It's just there. It's a one-syllable, right in your face name that you can't do anything with it.
You can get a tattoo.
I don't care about your tattoo.
You don't like my tattoo?
No, I didn't say that. I said I don't care about your tattoo.
But artistically, what do you think of the?
I don't care. I really haven't even looked at it.
Well, check it out.
I don't. Tattoos don't interest me, and I don't know when they started interesting you.
Long ago.
Or started to interest you. I don't understand it.
I like them.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think it portrays?
It's just a way to express yourself.
Can't you express yourself in many other meaningful ways?
Who says it's not meaningful?
I do.
Well, that's your interpretation. Mine would be different. See, we don't project.
I've never even known anyone who well, that's not true. I've never had a friend who got a tattoo.
Never?
No, I don't think so.
Not a single friend of yours.
Not that I grew up with.
Has a tattoo.
Nobody from my Derby life.
Really?
Not that I'm aware of.
Tattoos aren't really your generation.
What do you mean?
I don't think boomers are tattoo folks.
Of course they are. They're the ones who Actually,
yeah, they do dumb tattoos.
what's a dumb tattoo?
It's something around your arm or a heart with mom and the arrow through it. Just the stuff that doesn't really mean anything.
Well, none of that means anything. I couldn't tell you anything that means.
Oh, I could.
It's
Isn't
all
that the
just
point?
Just a bunch of images.
Yeah, and it's colorful and it's nice. Are we gonna have to watch the Cardinals the
What
rest
are you
of the
going to
show?
do when you're 70 when you have those and your skin begins to, deteriorate and it's just going to be so ugly.
Well,
And-
then
and-
really?
Yeah.
What a dumb thing to say, I think.
Well, I mean,
That
everybody
takes-
who gets a tattoo should think about
That takes
that.
nothing into account. If my skin's ugly, it's going to be ugly regardless of whether I have a tattoo on
But
it
the
or not.
tattoos will deteriorate and there'll be all kinds of,
Well, then that'll happen.
I wish you the best.
But for now, I'm going to enjoy it.
Good.
Thank you.
I don't sense that well, maybe you're enjoying it.
Why wouldn't I be? I have 8.
I guess you're enjoying it.
I must
don't
be.
know. There's so many other things in life to enjoy, but tattoos,
That guy's got one of the pitcher for the Nationals. There's something must speak to us about tattoos.
you do what you can, right?
Yeah, just go through life and live life. Who really cares how you do it if you're not bothering anybody
Everybody
else?
has their own thing.
Correct.
Dan Hurley, 6 years, $50 million to coach UConn. Could have made more with the Lakers.
Quite a bit.
Likes
Well,
to be in
not
the
quite.
college game. Very wealthy, no matter what. I believe that's the highest paid college coach, although I'm not 100% sure on that one.
You don't think anybody's...
Bill Self might make more. Let's get to Bob, who's holding on the IHOP hotline.
Is this future Bob?
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, this future Bob.
Future Bob! Thanks for calling back.
Hey, I was wondering if you guys saw the preseason rankings of football for the Big 12.
I did see those. I glanced at them. I don't really ever get too much into preseason rankings. But the Big 12 is going to be all over the place depending on who's doing the rankings. There's not going to be a consensus about who's a favorite in the Big 12. There's 4 to 5 teams who could actually be in that position.
Yeah. I think I saw it was Utah favored to win it, the Utes. I believe.
Not a big surprise. I think, again, there are a lot of teams that could potentially win it. If you look at KU's schedule, at least on paper, as of right now, it does not look incredibly difficult. So KU should be a trendy pick.
Utah, K-State, Oklahoma State, Kansas, Arizona, Iowa State, your top 6.
Okay.
Arizona, not Arizona State. I think I said Iowa State. I think you could get I think those top 5 are all viable. I'm not sure about Iowa State. And there'll be somebody from lower that exceeds expectations. And there'll be one of those 5 teams that don't meet expectations.
Yeah. Well, I think KU preseason was 4th. I hope their quarterback, if he would stay, boy, he's been hurt these last couple seasons, but, boy, I think they can really make a move if he stays healthy.
No doubt about it.
Completely agree. Bob, thank you. We appreciate hearing from you.
Okay, take care.
All right.
So what do you think
go.
of Bob's call?
I like Bob.
Well, you would.
I
That's
like
you.
that catch by Michael
That's
Ciani
you in
better.
15 years.
What do you mean? What
We've already had this.
Explain what you mean about that.
That's just a guy who's going to sit. You're just going to sit around, maybe call a sports show, and what do you think about the Big 12 this year, fellas?
That's what I'm going to do.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you think of me. That I'm just going to sit around and call a sports show.
Well,
and
that's what
ask
Bob
about the
does. Are
Big
you
12.
insulting Bob?
That's what you think I'm going to do.
Are you insulting?
No, I'm
future
asking
Bob?
You really think that's what I'm
Well,
going to do?
I don't know. Are you? What will you do at
You
84?
just said it.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to do.
Okay. Well, go on the record. Don't hide.
Nobody's hiding.
Don't hide from it.
You're the one, kind of taking it seriously.
Not taking anything serious.
You seem to get upset about that.
I just don't like making light of our callers.
Oh, he enjoys it. He keeps calling.
I don't like it.
I'm not making light of our callers.
A caller. What's the word I'm looking for?
Advocate.
If you take the time to call this show, you're going to be treated by me.
I think I
with the
treated Bob
utmost
great.
respect. I'm not going to call you Future Bob.
He said it's Future Bob.
Yeah, to get you off his back.
You know what? Playing along is a lot better than getting upset.
Bob, and I'll never call him Future Bob, but Bob, thank you for the call.
Thanks, Future Bob, for the call.
I'll tell you right now, he doesn't like that.
He does too.
Max, the next time Bob calls, I want a full inventory of what he thinks about that.
Or you could just call back right now and tell Max and have Max pass
Bob,
along.
call Max and tell him. You don't have to come on the air. Tell him your thoughts about being tagged as Future Bob by one of the hosts of this show. You don't have to talk for long. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you feel like it shows you respect? I'm curious to know.
He got glossed.
I'm not Jim Rome around here.
You can't.
I run a radio show in which all callers are respected.
Really?
And
well, that's nice.
That's what I do.
So that's sweet.
And you can't point out a time in my life where I haven't.
Never.
No, give me one.
Never.
Give me one.
That has
right
never
now.
happened.
Give me one where
You know what? It's amazing. I do not have a full call log and your responses to each call that's ever been made.
You'd have an example, wouldn't you?
No, I don't think I would. That doesn't sound reasonable or feasible.
Well, that bodes well for me and my assertion that I'm always good to call.
Or maybe you're so often not good to callers that those are the ones that kind of run together. Maybe we need an example of you being nice to somebody.
Max has Bob called back? Okay, well, maybe he won't.
Like it.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he will. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, we're going to do a Bob and Jeff draft. It's going to be dog names. Max, do you own a dog?
His cats.
I own 2.
Really?
2 dogs. What are their names?
2 dogs, 2 cats.
What are the dogs'
Madden
names?
and Callie.
All right. That's a good one. You know, these are just going to be, I don't know, if you go with stereotypical dog names,
well, you can do that, or you can come up with...
I named a dog Scipio once.
Well, then maybe
After
that'll be
who?
on...
You ask?
Yeah.
Former big league pitcher Scipio Spinks, I was a huge fan of him when he came through here to pitch against the Arrows for Oklahoma City at the time. And he later became a Cardinal. And I believe, now he's passed away, I believe we interviewed him on Sports Daily back in the day.
Very possible.
And I shared that story with him. Naming a dog Scipio.
You think he took that?
I think he loved it.
Okay, well then, I don't know why Future Bob should be a problem.
All right, we'll be back. The Bob and Jeff draft on a Monday edition. Tomorrow, right now, tentatively, it's Jeff and Jason Duda. Thursday and Friday, both 3-man booth days. Back in a minute.
Call from mom. Answer it. Call silenced.
Instacart knows nothing gets between you and the game. That's why they make ordering from your couch easy. Stock up today and get all your groceries for the week delivered in as fast as 30 minutes without missing a minute of the game.
You have 47 new voicemails.
Download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With AllTrails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with AllTrails.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show.
All right, time for the Bob and Jeff Draft here on our show. We do this most Mondays. We each pick 8 in a particular category. We like to compete, so the best list gets bragging rights for the week. I tend to win these more often than not.
Sure.
And we're going to go today with...
What do you, one of your last 6?
Dogs' names. Flip the coin.
Call it.
Heads.
Heads.
I'll let you go first.
All right, I'm going to take, these are all just like personal taste, so I'm going to take Roscoe.
Roscoe?
I think that's a good name.
Here, Roscoe. I can't stand it.
You don't have to like it.
It indicates a brusqueness, a toughness that I don't want in a dog. I will go with...
Dog can be whatever it wants to be.
I'll go with Jack.
Come here, Jack.
I love the name Jack. And my second one will be... boy, it gets tougher now. In honor of our friend at KNSS, Teddy.
Really?
Jack and Teddy.
Has there ever been a dog named Teddy?
I may just stick to presidents' names.
No, we've never had a Jack.
John F. Kennedy. Next.
I don't think that counts. I'm going to go with Scout. I enjoy Scout.
Not bad, but...
And I'm going to also go with Milo.
All right, dogs' names, the category. We're each picking 8. I am going to go with another president. Kind of like the name Charlie. Charles.
All right, have we had a Charlie?
Haven't we?
I don't think so.
Maybe we haven't. Surely we have.
I don't think so.
Charles.
I don't. Nope.
Well, there certainly should be a president.
There should
named
now.
Charles. Next, I'll go with Misty. I can't avoid Misty.
Why wasn't she your first pick?
Misty, where are you?
Kind of embarrassing. I'll go with.
Well, here's the thing. Misty's a rescue dog, so we didn't have the opportunity to name her.
I understand that.
But we've grown to obviously love the name Misty. And so she's on my list.
I'm going to go with Baxter.
Baxter. Never in all my years have I known a dog named Baxter.
Well, you haven't known many dogs then. And I'll go with Coco. It's a good little list. It's a good little list I'm putting together.
I'll go in honor of our great producer, Max. Max. Here, Max. I mean, how could you not love that?
For a guy who doesn't like toughness or roughness, Jack.
And in honor of one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, the handsome one, Harley.
Ever been a dog named Harley?
Jack, Teddy, Charlie, Misty, Max, and Harley. I don't know how you're going to beat that.
By being better. I'll go with Marley.
Marley. People think of Marley and Me, and
they'll
never vote for that.
Only the most famous dog movie ever to come out. But yeah, why would they want to think of that one?
Because it was a horrific movie.
Then don't watch it.
Emotionally wrecked me. Next. Now you've turned the whole thing off.
That a dog lived a long life with a great family, and I mean, I don't know what's so sad. I mean, I understand. I'm gonna go with Zeke.
What do I have? Two more here. In honor of my good friend Maggie and Wayne, they have a current dog named Cooper. I like that name. And to get another girl name in there, I'm going to pick Daisy. And my list is complete.
It's a good one. I'm going to go, I think I'll go Curly to round this out.
All right.
Pretty good list.
My list, Jack, Teddy, Charlie, Misty, Max, Harley, Cooper, and Daisy. I'm honoring a lot of my friends and acquaintances with my list.
We'll go for that.
What's yours?
Roscoe, Scout, Milo, Baxter, Coco, Marley, Zeke, and Curly.
Let's bring in our producer engineer. For the sake of one of the dogs I picked. Not that I expected that to have an effect on
of course you
how
did.
he would vote. But I did pick Max as one of my names. Let's bring in Max. Max, what do you think?
Hold on, Max. Before you...
This guy, Michael Ciani, by the way, it's just amazing how many catches he makes.
Before you begin,
What's
Max,
that catch?
His dog left while he was naming dogs. If that plays into the list at all.
First of all, Bob, Marley and Me was sad, but did you ever see A Dog's Life? Oh.
Yes, and I shouldn't have seen that either.
Yes, don't ever burn all copies of that movie. Oh, my God.
It just too much for me. So what do you think, Max?
See, it's best to see what Twitter says. I don't know. I kind of like Jeff's list a little better. He has more. Like, I like Zeke and Curly.
Well, I'll never name anything after you, Max.
Big.
In fact,
see, he
when
turned
you name
on
something
you
at the Stooges,
right after he said he didn't care.
You know.
In fact,
it's impossible.
Can I fire you?
It's impossible. Please. It's impossible to pick out of these lists.
Of course, it's impossible, but that's the beauty of the Bob and Jeff draft. We'll see what the Twitter followers come up with at Bob Lutz. If you want to get involved, go to twitter.com or whatever that other name is, .com, and you can cast your vote in the latest Bob and Jeff draft. If I had a dog, the only names that Jeff mentioned that I would consider would be Scout and Zeke.
You don't want a dog named Milo? How cool is that?
Those are the only two I'd even consider.
Okay.
How many of mine would you consider?
Probably all of them.
Thank you.
Because they're all good dog names.
Well, there you go.
Dogs are cool. Cats are cool. Pets are cool. We shouldn't eliminate any name. We should get to know them a little bit.
There's your winner, as Jeff just stated. So we had the All-Star picks. We briefly talked about that. In hour number one, the Royals with 4, including 2 of their starters, Cole Reagan, Seth Lugo, Bobby Witt Jr., and Salvador Perez. So well represented in the All-Star game on the Kansas City Royals, who have not been playing as well of late.
Not at all. They had a good stretch against the Guardians, unfortunately for me, but I think they're like 6-16 or 7-16 in their last 22, 23 games. So it hasn't been going super
great. They
built
up enough capital to get 4 All-Stars.
Yeah, and they're
Salvador Perez has been struggling. Bobby Witt's kept it pretty steady, as have the 2 pitchers.
Right. They're never going to be a team that you look at as really suffering too much because of their pitching. But, yeah, I'm sure they want the offense to start getting better. They looked like they were doing that again against the Guardians, but haven't sustained it before or since.
Well, the Guardians got to get some starting pitching.
It wouldn't hurt.
And I thought they had all this starting pitching. That's all you told me about before the season started. Max, replay it.
I don't think that's what happened, considering
wasn't
out
there
for the year.
Time that this team looked set up for starting pitching?
Yeah, it hasn't really worked out that way necessarily. But you had 3 rookies come up last year.
That's the problem with pitching.
You had 3 rookies come up last year who did well. Gavin Williams made his first start last week. Logan Allen is in AAA, and Tanner Bybee is doing pretty well. McKenzie is in AAA. Bieber's hurt.
We'll see. I don't put a lot of stock in their pitching.
Well, that's fine. They have the best record in the American League, so the other portions of their game must be stupendous.
They've hit better than anybody could have imagined.
Anybody?
I'll give them that. And when are you gonna tout this Stephen Vogt guy? You never say a word about him. Isn't he?
I think this past weekend was just them setting our fans up for him to go to the Giants whenever Bob Melvin steps away.
Well, why do you say that? Where's that insecurity come from?
Oh, he grew up a Giants fan. He loves Bob Melvin. He was his mentor. He lives on the West Coast. We're losing him. Hopefully we can get a good 4 or 5 years out of the kid before he bails on us.
Well, you better hope he doesn't go after this year.
He's not going anywhere after this year.
Bob Melvin may decide, this isn't for me anymore.
We molded Stephen Vogt. He owes us.
Well, we'll see.
Some degree of loyalty.
Some degree.
But, you never know how long he's going to stay.
Maybe he'll want to be there.
He's apparently a natural at the position of manager.
Well, we'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oliver Marmol won 93 games his first year. Now, I happen to think he's a good manager. You've never heard me complain about him.
Why not?
Because I think he's a good manager. I think he had a learning curve. I think he mishandled Wilson Contreras last year, but they've mended that. And I think what he's doing with this team this year, they have the 3rd worst run differential in the National League. And they're 5 games over 500. And he's managed the bullpen well. I hope he doesn't burn it out. But
everybody's worried about
I'm relatively pleased right now.
Well, good.
Still not a John Mozeliak fan. Still critical of him.
Well, he's got some work to do this month as well.
We'll see. We'll see what the Cardinals can pull off. They've been historically pretty good at the trade deadline.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Adding the pieces that they need.
Pretty good. They don't really go make the big splash. 2 years ago, it was Quintana and John Lester. And I was livid.
No, that wasn't 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
It was Happ and Lester, for one. I don't think...
Oh, yeah, that was 3 years ago. It was Quintana and Montgomery. And I wasn't livid then. I was pretty happy.
Yeah.
And those were 2 good ones. But Lester and Happ the year before, I couldn't have been more upset. And they
did pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the last gasp of John Lester's career, basically.
And we'll see what they do this year. They could certainly add a pitcher. Got to.
Andre Palante has been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, but they still need help. Lance Lynn's showing signs of wearing down. I like Gibson. Sonny Gray's been... I said this early in the year, and Cardinals fans came after me. I said Sonny Gray is an ideal number 2 starter on a really good team. And, boy, they just attacked me. And then Sonny Gray went on a run where he was outstanding, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I missed that one. But he's pitched like a number 2 starter.
Well, number 2 starters do have runs
Number 2 starters are very valuable.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah, ours has been lively.
Yeah, that's scary.
A little bit.
Well, that's very scary.
I know.
Ours is Kyle Gibson.
That's why we're trying to improve.
Kyle Gibson's been better than I could have imagined. But I don't know how much faith I have. Meanwhile, the Royals number 1 and 2 are Lugo and Reagans, and number 3 is Singer. They've got a top 3 that could go into any playoff series and be dangerous. They just got to get some hitting.
Well, they got to get to the playoffs.
I wouldn't want to play them.
Well, you wouldn't want
a wild card game with Cole Reagans. No,
there's no wild card game anymore. It's a best of 3, but your point still.
I don't want to play them.
Your point still stands. What if they're playing the Red Sox and they got Crawford and?
Bring them on.
Houck.
Bring them on. Who's their third?
I don't know.
Right. They don't have nearly what the Royals.
Brian Bello. He's pretty good.
He's okay. They're not the Royals.
No, but
I'd put the
they
Royals
hit way better than the Royals.
5 at the top of their rotation.
Well, I don't think anyone would argue with that.
Let's look at that.
But let's hit Royals.
I'll tell you who the top 5 are. If you're interested.
I mean, I'm interested. Why don't you rattle that off the top of your head and then see?
Well, I will rattle it off. The Phillies would certainly be there.
Yeah, they're deep. They go deeper than the top.
I believe the Orioles would be there. I believe the Mariners would be there. I believe the Royals would be there. And, boy, it gets tough after that.
Dodgers.
Who's that 5th team?
Could be the Dodgers.
You know who it might be, crazy as it sounds? Now, Jared Jones just went on the disabled list. But with Skeens, Jones, and Keller, the Pirates.
It's not bad.
Might be that 5th team.
Another team.
I don't want to deal with them the next 5 years. I'll tell you that right now.
If they can find some offense,
they will.
They've tried. Hasn't really worked out so far.
They will. They scare me. The Reds scare me to some degree, although they've taken a step back due to injuries
and no pitching. Real, I mean, their pitching's okay.
They scare me on pitching too. With Hunter Green and Ashcroft and who's that other cat?
Abbott. Lodolo.
They got guys.
Sure.
Not sure. Yes, sir.
Sure.
No, yes, sir.
They'll be all right.
They scare me. But I think I came up with a pretty good top 5.
Not bad.
And I said this last week on the show. Arizona's worth keeping an eye on with their pitching.
If the White Sox had a third, even as the worst team in baseball.
Fetty's okay.
Fetty's really good.
No, he's not really
yes,
good.
Yes, he is.
He's good.
No,
he's not really good.
Yes, he is. Look at the numbers.
There's a rare sight, a Paul Goldschmidt home run. Thank you, Paulie. Now we're getting it going. Eric Fetty is a good pitcher.
He is really good.
I don't know how you can say that. There's just no way that you can give me Eric Fetty as being
four
really
win pitcher already. 4 wins above replacement. 94 strikeouts.
He's 6-3 with a 3.13.
Yeah, for the worst team in baseball. I'll take that.
He's a good pitcher.
He's really good.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Didn't make the All-Star team.
Well, they had one All-Star.
Only really good pitchers make the All-Star.
That's not true. Hunter Gaddis didn't make it.
No.
Best bullpen in baseball, we got our closer. That's it.
Well, good luck. Good luck to you. Well, that's all you need. I got my closer in.
Well, I hope we get to face him. Hope it's what's his name, Helsley Kwan with the game on the line.
We'll blow him away. He'll be lucky to get his bat to the ball. Be lucky to make contact. I'll just put it that way.
He only makes contact every time he swings.
Yeah, not against Ryan Helsley.
Against everybody.
I love Ryan Helsley.
Good, you should.
And I'm glad the Cardinals are playing better. It's good for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's much better for me because I put so much stock into baseball. And I'm so loyal to the game. And if there's a more deserving person out here in American society that needs their team to be at least watchable,
There's plenty more deserving people.
it's me.
I don't think so.
My wife would disagree with
You're not even the most deserving person in this room.
My wife would very strongly disagree
Well, that's good
with
that
you.
she loves you. I would
I'm
be
just a
concerned
happier
if she
person.
didn't.
I'm looking forward to this period of time now after the League 42 season, which, by the way, ends tonight at McAdams Park. We have 2 championship games. I'll be coaching in one of them on the West Field at 6:30 if you're so inclined to come by. Looking forward to it. But anyway, after tonight, I'll be able to watch more live baseball rather than coming home and catching the highlights.
Nothing wrong with it.
Lars Nootbaar back for the Cardinals. Were you aware of that?
Nope, I was not.
Just lined a shot up the middle. So,
Welcome
yeah.
back, Lars.
Huh?
Welcome back, Lars.
Well, he gets hurt a lot. So how long can he be healthy? That's the question.
Hopefully a long time for your sake.
You don't care.
For your sake.
You don't care a thing about the Cardinals anymore.
That's accurate, but I care for your sake.
Which is sad. All right, tomorrow on the show, I think it'll be Jeff and Duda. I think I need a day.
Well, why don't you just let me know for sure?
Yeah, I'll let you know later.
Thank you.
That looks like the lineup for tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday. I look forward to it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you then.